So I will be making a supreme pizza today using some pepper, tomato, onions, bacon, and ham. So now with the vegetables cut up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the bacon and the ham. I'm gonna cook the bacon though. So with all the vegetables cut up, I go ahead and mix it together. It's pretty strong. The pepper and the onion. Ooh. But it's gonna be real good. So I'm gonna use a pack of ham. Just go use a few out of it. Now some people might want to cut their ham a little thicker. I figure cutting up this small will give me better chance to spread it out in a pizza properly. So I'm gonna just use 4 slices of bacon, cut it up, put it in the oven, cook it down first before I put it on the pizza. Some people like their bacon crispy, some people like their bacon a little less cooked. So it all depends on how you like your bacon. You're gonna choose to either cook it first or just put it on a pizza like that. So I went ahead and cut my bacon up so that I could put it in the oven. And when it cook, I don't have to worry about cutting it up while it's hot. I wait till it cool. So I'm just cutting it up before. So I have some pizza dough from the last time left over that I kept in the fridge with some covered with water halfway. I have it for 2 days, and so one day I let it stay on one side, and the next day I flip it over in the water so it could be moist on both sides. And then I taking that dough and making the pizza today. For those that may have seen that video, I've used 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I was 2 teaspoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, or baking soda. Sorry, baking soda, and a little bit of salt. I use a little bit of sugar to activate the yeast, but sugar is not necessary. You know, sugar ferment and turn to alcohol with the yeast, so it's not even necessary. I just do it. And the bacon should be ready. Now, I cook my bacon out. One, I want to get rid of all that excess grease so it won't be sagging the pizza. And 2, I like my bacon a little bit on the crisper side. So now it's time to roll it out, stretch it out. Now I'm gonna put some string cheese in the edge of the crust so it could be real cheesy in the crust. So now that I place the cheese around the crust, I will just fold it and then use the fork to close it, and then I will roll it in between to keep it closed. So now that it's sealed, it's time to add my sauce, my cheese, and vegetables and meat. Careful, this stuff will splash all over. And I'm gonna add a little ketchup for the flavor. Now you can mix all these together first before I put it on the pizza. Probably much easier. It's best to use a spoon than a fork to spread it. You don't have to put this much sauce, but I like my pizza with a lot of sauce on it. A lot of sauce, a lot of cheese. That's the way I like it. Too much will make it too runny, too soggy. So you kind of have to, it will make the cheese fall off very easily. So you kind of have to be careful with when you put in sauce, so you don't overdo it.
Ain't nobody looked up to like Birch Morgan.
And the reason's simple enough. Nothing but the best for his boys. Even when they go up against. You know what? Morgan is having his guns to Jimmy. Bullet like this.
Now I'm gonna add the cheese.
Now this isn't being crime.
Making it too easy.
With the cheese on it, it's time to let your mixture have ham and vegetables.
Your friend's going to a funeral tomorrow. So, box 28, General Delivery.
Want it signed?
No, he'll never send it.
McGilvy Junction, huh? That's about 30 miles down the line.
Now at this point you could go ahead and put that bacon.
Thanks. That's the first time I ever got a tip with a funeral message. Thanks.
You can always save what left back, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit. Now at this point you could choose to add extra cheese on the top, but you don't have to. That's perfect the way it is. I'm cooking for at 425 degrees for about 12 minutes. See how it look. If you need a little more cooking, cook it longer. If not, perfect. Oh, before I throw it in, this is how it look. So after 16 minutes, the pizza crust look good. The top I put it on boil so that it could cook. I'm gonna do it for about a minute or two. Depends on how it look. Um, Last time I did a crust, I put brown sugar in it, and the brown sugar let it darken fast. So within 12 minutes, that pizza was done. You don't have to put sugar in your pizza in the crust. I just did that, to help that fermentation go a little faster. Um, but it's not necessary to put sugar in your crust. You could just put the yeast and the baking soda, and that's good enough. With a little salt if you need or whatever. Yeah, so that is done. I'll give it another about 30 seconds or so. So after 18 minutes, that's what it's looked like. Some of the cheese from the crust burst through, but it's just at that one little spot. I guess I didn't close it properly. Looks good. I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit before I cut it. You can also use one of these mesh rack to cook the pizza. It will make it cook a lot faster, so you have to watch out so it doesn't burn. It's not gonna cook at the same temperature at the same time as this, and you gotta remember to take in consideration the kind of oven you're using and how well the oven works, because some ovens is not. If you put two different oven, two different size, you might have two different cooking time. So you need to keep in mind those things as well. So I let it cool for about 10 minutes. Crust is soft. As you can see, the cheese in the crust, it's a little thick. I guess I could have cooked it for about 12 to 14 minutes, but I cook it for 16 minutes. I really don't like to eat raw flour, so I like to make sure my flour is well done. But the reason why it's actually brown is because I put brown sugar in it. That brown sugar make it dark faster. So if you don't want this dark look or that crispy look, don't put brown sugar. And 12 to 15 minutes should be good for freshly made pizza at 425 degrees. Or you could cook it even at 375 or whatever temperature you desire.